know, I'm impulsive. I'm not help myself.
Yes, Anderlientje, we will see then. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning in the evening. Hello, Catherine.
And oh, sorry.
And bonjour to everybody.
Bonjour, chérie. Ah,
Bonsoir.
bonsoir. Hello, Zander.
Hey, Rosa. Hey,
Hello,
Captain.
Zander, Sander,
Sander.
Rosaline.
Catherine,
Rosaline.
we are both so happy to have you on our show here. Well, our show. Let's say the show here. The show of no one. This booming show, and yeah. So, my dear, we are of course very curious to hear about your story or whatsoever. Just feel free to start wherever you want. Of course, I can also ask a couple of questions. No problem with this. But I just give you the space now.
I've no idea. Where would I start even, you know? Where
Well,
would I start?
well,
I
maybe.
don't know. I've no idea how this
Yeah, I believe
is.
you. Well, maybe
Yeah.
how this all kind of led to this?
Yeah, there was, I like many people, I was brought up in the Catholic
Yeah.
religion, but not just a Sunday going to church. My parents based their lives on Christ, so it's Bible reading at our house, you know, and they do prayer, and everything was based on the life of service and sort of poverty or whatever. So
Oh wow.
two of us seem to take it quite seriously. Yeah, so I used to be on the side, you know, as a young child, drawing or doing puzzles or whatever whilst they were meeting, you know. And I always felt there's something quite special about it, you know, when they were praying and quite, I don't know. So there was, and falling in love with Jesus, you know, that was a star.
Falling in
The
love with Jesus.
hero.
Falling in love with Jesus.
Yes.
Okay.
Great.
Yes, and
So
then
Jesus was the star.
well, because yeah, I mean, you know, he could heal.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
healing, you know, and wanting to make people better.
So and also when there were problems, you were like talking with him or stuff like this. Or...
Even when there was no problem, you know, sitting
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the toilet talking to God. Yeah,
Cool.
and you know, it's like you take everything that it's the truth, except I didn't like this is you know, the Christian have the truth, and then the Muslims don't, and the Muslim believe they have the truth, and you know, so there was already some sort of dissonance, or you know, it's a bit odd.
Yeah.
Yeah, and at some point I came across the Moonies. The Moonies.
What is this, my dear?
It's I don't know if they're still going. It's like a cult, I guess, and it was led by Sun Young Moon or something like that, from South Korea or North Korea.
Okay.
And he was marrying people en masse, you know, like marrying strangers one with another. And yeah,
wait, my dear, how old were you there? How did this happen?
Yeah, or just walking in the street and people start talking to you, and any type of discussion like that I found interesting, you know. But they didn't say who they were, so I was just interested, and went to some meetings in this house, and a weekend away. I still didn't know who they were, and then they were giving me clothes like a skirt, you have to dress and everything. And then a cousin of mine found out where this was going on, and she realized, no, it's the Moonies, you know.
Okay.
So yeah, that was the 1970s.
Okay, back in the 90s.
Yeah, and then you know they came looking for me at my parents' house, because I was still living with my parents. And it's, you know, it can go on and on and on, this story. But anyway, they came, they
We
let
have time, my
themselves
love.
in.
We have time. But how old were you then when
So
they
I
were?
don't know, 18, 20.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe 20.
Mm.
Yeah, so they let themselves in. We never locked our doors in those days. They rang the bell and we didn't answer, so they just came in the house. And then it was my dad on the one side of the table and them on the other side, and arguing. And I thought, well, who's right? You know, you start questioning who has the truth. And so whereas I had this lovely bubble of Christianity, that's another knock, you know,
Yeah.
of what is known, and what I mean, I questioned anyway. You know, I questioned stuff already. So
what was your father kind of shocked?
No. I mean, because my dad is very good at trying to convert other people. So. No, they just left, and you know, the Moonies left empty-handed. I never went back. So.
All right.
But you know, that's raised more doubt.
Yeah.
More doubt. Yeah. And then I came to live in the UK because I loved English language, music, and dance. And I met people by chance and whatever, you know.
Beautiful.
But yeah, so I don't know how it happens in life. There's like walking in the street, seeing a door open, and it's like esoteric talk, or getting books in a bookshop, you know. There's always an interest. And like many people, there's been Eckhart Tolle, Sadhguru, Muji.
Catherine, wait, my dear, please. Was there a kind of a so was it kind of the searching for the truth? Was it curiosity, or was it also kind of a lack, pain,
No,
or what?
I don't know, just life just happened that way.
Like
you
always.
know, I don't know, there was an interest.
Interest.
In different talks. I didn't like philosophy because I thought that's just like intellectual, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Thing.
There's some interest there from being, you know, from being a young child. It interests me, you know. I like the Bible at first, but again, it's like the New Testament and the Old Testament is like some weird stuff in there, you know.
Yeah. Okay. And then just kind of spontaneously going into this and seeing this and meeting those people, and
I mean,
and then you listen to Eckhart Tolle, and
I mean, it's just so many, you know. In between, there was Mikhail Ivanov, who was a Bulgarian master.
Bulgarian.
Yeah,
because I lived a couple of years in Bulgaria. Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know him, so.
Yeah, you know, anything that's a bit magical, I liked. I think I struggled with the real world. I struggled with the harshness of reality.
Yeah.
And I had, you know, even as a young teenager, I fancied going to India to see the gurus or whatever, you know.
Interesting.
But then, no, stop dreaming. You have to face reality.
Okay.
Uh,
Kind of that the reality simply was too tough there, you know?
too tough.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
There's
and simply hearing about those other
yeah.
Oriental, I don't know,
But
stories, it
yeah,
seems that if there is
but
something else.
even as a child, seeing life in a different way and being the odd one out in the family, you know, being different. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, you know how people say serendipity or coincidences don't really exist, but they seem to appear that way even as a child, you know, where things would happen like
Yeah.
I would just wander out of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
but I just like, you know, as a child, I was quite content doing mud pies, looking at the starry sky,
Yeah.
watching the lightning and thunder being glued,
Yeah.
you know,
Beautiful.
all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, all
Nice.
that. Yeah.
So you kind of knew that life is simple.
Well, it's what feels, but there's not a knowing, you know.
I know, and I don't
It's
know.
not a knowing. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be in a classroom and just watch the snow or the birds, you know, this
Yeah, beautiful.
memorizing data was never my thing, you know.
How did they call you when you was younger? Did the people around your family whatsoever had a nickname for you, like
Dreamer.
Oh, yeah.
the spaced out girl, the dreaming lady?
No, I mean that was cool. Every week I'd have, you know, you call it a bulletin in French. So you'd have tests every week. You know, you'd have oh my gosh. And so every time the teacher would write, yes, I'm in the moon, dans la lune, you
Dans
know,
la lune.
dans la lune. They even thought maybe I had a bit of, you know, people who have fits. Some of them they just blank out.
Yeah.
So teacher was wondering if that's what it was,
Yeah.
and no, it's just like
Yeah.
yeah,
Beautiful.
completely spaced out. Yeah,
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful.
yeah,
Blackout.
yeah.
Nice. And yeah, go on, my dear, with what was interesting about this consciousness thing? Kind of, did you was interested in this? Like Eckhart Tolle, or I don't know, or more the magic, right?
Um, I guess trying to understand what this reality is. I don't know. I never really thought about it.
Oh, this is
Um,
cool. Try to understand this reality. This is good. This is good.
yeah, you know, there was a sense there that you have to pretend, you have to act your life, you have to pretend to be an adult. I don't know. It just
Yeah.
didn't feel, you know, you had to put a cloak on to fit into
Yeah.
society, and you know, you feel that I felt I didn't belong
Yeah.
in Belgium. I don't know.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, and then Emmy popped up, or what? Emerson popped up, or what happened?
No. So already, so in 2019, Tony Parson popped up.
Oh,
I don't know. I've no memory, no recollection how it happened. But so I went to a few meetings in Hampstead Heath
okay.
in 2019, and I was aware that they were having a retreat in Wales in October, but it was already, you know, fully booked from a long time before. And the night before it started, I was at my friend's down in Devon, in Totnes, and something came up in my consciousness about going to the meeting, and that was about midnight, the night before it starts. And I wrote an email to see if there were any spaces free, if someone dropped out, or I could stay in my camper van and sleep there. And then in the morning, the signal's very bad at my friend. And in the morning, I received an email, oh, let us know if you want to come. Somebody from Totnes had broken their arm and they were not sure if she was going to be able to come. And then they said, yes, you can come. So it just happened again, you know. So even though this seems to be how it plays out.
Magic.
You know, synchronicities, yeah, exactly.
I call it unknown perfection already.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so beautiful. Yeah, and please continue.
Yeah, and then COVID came along, and I also moved in 2020.
Wait, the retreat. So you participated on the retreat.
Yes.
Okay. And this was with Tony, right?
With Tony, yes.
Okay.
It's the last time they were there, because the venue had been sold to like private American owners or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
And how did you like it? Was it new for you, this message, or have you already checked it on YouTube?
No, because I'd gone to a few of his meetings in Hampstead Heath.
Okay.
So those are, you know, small. You might have, I don't know, 30 people or.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
And you love the message in a way? It was.
It's like one of those books you can't put down, you know.
Okay.
It's like.
What was there the sense? Was there the sense where there is something to get? I want to get something out of this?
No, you don't know. You don't know what's attracting you. There's an attraction, and you don't know why you're attracted.
Yeah.
You know, like even now, nearly in 2024.
Yeah.
You know, those are just images and words that come out even. Yeah. You know, I did like Muji as well, but the sort of the romance didn't last. Yeah, and actually,
well, no choice in this, my dear.
No, but even with Muji, it's the followers that I fell in love with. You know, when you see the love in their eyes. So I was listening to Muji, but I was looking at the followers. And even when I went to the ashram in Portugal, even with Muji going past me, I was looking at the followers, and then he turns his head around and looks you in the eyes. So, you know, I felt at home at this ashram, but then I went again in Holland, and no, I thought, what are these people doing looking down? And like that was gone already, you know.
Yeah.
2 years later or something.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah. Yes, and then I don't know who I found after Tony Parsons, if it was Andreas Muller. It's hard to recollect, you know. Yeah, because it just pops up on the iPad. It's just no idea.
Beautiful. And it was the topic radical non-duality, apparently. And
I think the other things that I followed before Brahma Kumaris as well. It's like, but then when they tell you, okay, put your books away now, this is it, I say, okay, goodbye, I'm off. You know,
Are
I
you,
don't want to be
Catherine?
put in a
Catherine, are
box.
you always doing what they say to you?
Well, no, exactly not. As soon as they say, okay, now you can, don't look at your books, now this is it, I say goodbye, I'm not interested.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I
Okay,
don't
okay,
want
yeah,
to
yeah,
be
yeah.
put. Yeah,
Well, this is it. This is it.
Yeah.
Saying I'm ready, I don't want to listen. Is this already? It's never something else, you know? It's just, okay, this is it. And saying I don't like it or I'm gone, is this already?
Yeah, I guess just disliking being defined. I think, you know, now you're
Totally.
this in this
Because
box,
being boxed
being
in a
boxed
way.
in. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
definitely, I guess,
totally.
a freedom lover as a child.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. The same here, the same here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why the sense you're very sensitive to this when someone wants to box you in. You directly feel this, and yeah, yeah, cool. Yeah, Catherine, and then after Mujis and Bujis and well, what
It's just
happened?
here now, or
Just
even
here
if the
now.
people say
Okay,
there's no here now.
okay, and then
Yeah,
you
it doesn't interest me, you know. Even the past I can question if it ever existed, but there can still be a feeling of a me, you know. And yet when I say those words, it's like, what does that mean, you know? I don't know,
yeah,
but I
beautiful
can still
story.
say, yeah,
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 storytelling.
yeah.
Time storytelling. A kind of a beautiful senseless story in a way. Nothing wrong, but kind of really um empty story.
I don't know, even that's a story, what you just said.
Yeah, well,
It's
it just
just a
popped up
story, isn't
here.
it?
Yeah,
Ah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's always story. Even saying it's a story is just another story. And story and thoughts and words just simply spontaneously arise for no one. And that's just another story. There's no one separate from the story. No, there's no one doing anything or following or liking or disliking or not, whatever. You know, this resonance for Tony or whoever or whomever is just simply popping up. As are the words that there's a resonance. Who knows? But I love the story. We all love stories. It seems like there's a love for stories. Stories about romance, stories, Netflix stories, enlightenment stories, stories about Muji, stories about a character named Tony or other characters who say this is it. It's just simply what seems to be happening, the love for it or the hate for it or whatever. It's uncontrollable, right? So just
yeah.
whatever.
But here's one question, my dear, which is popping up with this beautiful one-on-one with Emerson. How did this happen? You were kind of watching him, and then there was an impulse to contact him.
Probably.
Probably.
Probably, yes. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, there appears to be quite often there's no memories. I think what you're saying is right. I think I watched a one-to-one, and I don't know with whom, and I thought, yes, I'll get in touch. So
It's gonna be fun. With Emerson, it's gonna be fun. Let's do it.
yeah, it's funny because I can't see a reason. It's just what happens.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's funny I don't know, there's no analyzing, so it's like,
Yeah.
There's no analyzing. I mean, maybe I'm trying to analyze, and it's like, yeah, I could say, yes, what's that? So it appears that on the one-to-one with Emerson, something appeared to happen, like, I remember there's no mind or whatever. But that's, it's like the sun goes, appears, and then the flowers open, and then they close, and to me it's not, it's not important. I don't know, it's just, I mean, the joy just now talking, sharing, and it can seem really important, and 5 minutes before,
Totally.
or it's not there,
Yeah.
and 5 minutes after it's not there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why.
Yeah. Beautiful. It's very direct. It's very direct.
Yes.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I meet with people. We talk about all sorts of things, and then sometimes, oh, you're on Zoom, and what is this Zoom about? And I try to explain, and it's like, at first they ask, and it's like, I'm speechless for 5 minutes to try and explain what I'm watching, because
well, I don't know. Beautiful.
and I just say, I don't know, but I love it. It's just, there's something I love about it, and that's all that's needed.
Yeah.
Hearing birds in the trees and watching the waves, that's all. It doesn't need, I mean, this, I don't know, even I get lost in what those words.
Beautiful, my dear. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing to say. I don't, it's like,
yeah, it's just lovely here too. It's just this in loveness, meeting characters, talking about this and this, talking about this full-on aliveness, direct whatsoever, this booming perfection, call you what you want. And I just love it. And there is no reason for this. It's just what it is. So simple. But okay, when someone from outside is asking, of course, I will try to, in a way, try to explain. But yeah, it happens very beautifully so. And funny. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny how you're saying that you love stories, because sometimes when people talk about themselves, and it's like, oh no, I don't have any patience to listen to stories of and
Yeah.
Oh, but there was already no I.
yes,
I mean,
yeah.
and liking to listen to stories or not liking listening to stories, or sometimes
Yes,
it's just simply what seems to be happening. There's
yes,
nothing wrong with anything, liking a story or thinking, I don't want to listen to the story, what it's about, or if it's about you or know me or whatever it's about. It's just simply what seems to be happening. There's nothing wrong. There's already no one behind the story or behind the telling or behind the liking or the loving or whatever to do it or to hate it or to do anything. So it's
yes,
just this.
it's natural. Yes, it's natural.
It's just natural.
Yeah,
And trying to apologize for not liking a story or not wanting to listen is as natural and spontaneously arising as whatever.
Beautiful. Catherine, I'm very good in this just to cut the story, you know. Of course, it's like a book. You take a book which you like or a movie, right? And it's
Excellent.
here I'm very straight. I'm not listening to stories I don't like. Sorry.
Yes, yes, the same here. Oh my gosh, you know, it's so free, isn't it? The
Yeah,
expression, it's so
yeah,
free, and then you hear and it's like this. Oh, I've had enough of that. It's like, oh wow, that's so free.
yeah.
It's so free.
Yeah,
Yes, yeah.
totally enough. You know, totally, completely enough of something is just beautiful. You know, like enough of Moy or enough of Eckhart Tolle or enough of Tony. You know, there's no choice. It just simply plays out that way.
Yeah,
And
beautiful.
it's pure innocence, you know, it's boundless innocence. There's no one doing it
It's
already.
this is the magic, this is the perfection, you know. We can make sense of it like the resonance, you know. First you're attracted to this, then to this, but there is no one doing this already. This is this perfect movement of no need to understand anything. This is it already, no matter what.
Kaboom. Yeah.
Boom,
Yeah.
which is overlooked or not, but overlooking it
So,
is already this.
so I don't know if I've jumped right back into a strong me. But
Oh, but
sometimes I'm starting to like, okay, I've had enough of this as well. And
yeah.
that's just, wow.
Oh, well,
It's like,
Catherine, I did not get it. Sorry. Sorry, my dear. Would you
yeah.
please
So there's like, here, it's almost like there's the fight back. I'm here. And now I've had, it's like there's almost a feeling, okay, I've had enough of this non-duality as well. You
Beautiful.
know, it's
I love
like,
it.
uh, 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 but it's,
I love it.
yeah, but there's the sadness, you know, because the eye represents seeking. Of course, obviously carrying on seeking, but still wanting.
beautiful, my
No,
love.
no, it's missing the wanting, and it's missing. There was an expectation that, oh, everything will be fine, you know, and no, anger and
Okay,
not
okay.
wanting this, wanting things to be different can still be there. It's like full on,
Oh, of
full
course.
on, yeah,
Full on.
Okay.
Yeah, you can
full
full
on.
expect something to happen or not, you know. There's already no one doing it. Anything may happen, you know, having
Totally.
fed up with Tony or whatever character, you know, I mean now Tony's coming up, but it doesn't matter. But being fed up with non-duality can just simply happen and say, I don't want this anymore. And there's already no one doing it, you know.
Sweethearts, I have to interrupt here. We meet in part 2. Okay. See you in part